In 1912, George Cockshott, a solicitor from Liverpool, sketched out plans for what he thought might prove a handy dinghy. Within a 12-month, there was a small fleet of them racing at nearby Kirby, the International 12. 100 years later, they're still racing and still building them to exactly the same specification. This is the maiden voyage of the latest from Sellafield engineer turned boat builder Stephen Beresford. While he wrestles with a Force 7 on Ullswater, this is the view from a boat design expert.
It was originally designed to be a yacht tender. Now that is, today we wouldn't think about a sailing yacht tender, but at that time it was designed with that in mind, and so that led to all sorts of things about it. For instance, it had to be lightweight, so it could be perhaps lifted on and off, so it wasn't just towed. It had to be relatively small. It had to have a very simple rig that could be set up quickly and easily, and so on. So all these things today are still valuable characteristics.
These are the blueprints, unchanged for a century. So how do you translate that into a boat?
If you were to show this to a boat builder of 500 years ago, you'd be entirely at home and understand what this is all about. You would recognise it and think, yeah, that's how I build my boat. And this curve represents the keel of the boat, sweeping up to the stem. And the first stage is I would build on the bench, and then I will place it onto the building frame. And the backbone of the boat comprises a number of different components, which I have to make. First, at the bow of the boat, we've got the stem, and then ultimately to this width at the transom.
The boats have to measure exactly. There's no more than a fingernail's leeway allowed between plan and reality.
This particular boat is very tight, so the racing rules specify in some places in the hull a ½ an inch, plus or minus ¼ of an inch. So for a clinker boat, that's quite demanding.
But there is wriggle room to make a fast boat.
I'm an engineer by background, but I've been building racing boats for 7 years now, and I've gleaned information from all sorts of unusual sorts of places that you wouldn't imagine the information came from about what makes a fast boat. And that's key for my customer. They want to buy a wooden boat because of the way it looks, but they really want to buy it because it will be fast.
And they do last. Better than us, if we're honest.
They'll outlive most of the people who buy them and also outlive me. So they'll last a long, long time. And in fact, many of the boats I work on the repair and restoration side are family heirlooms. You know, grandfather had it, dad had it, and now lad has it. And that's really my business is based on that.
Fair to say then, you're not the owner, you're the custodian.
Exactly.
Colin Briggs, BBC Look North, Ullswater.